the blood crown. The young mafia boss sat on his throne of money and death. The room was silent except for the slow drop, drop, drop of blood hitting the marble floor. At his feet, a man begged for his life. The boss just smiled. "Please. I have a family," the man sobbed. The boss tilted his head. "So did the people you stole from." Then he pulled the trigger. Luca was only 25, but he ruled the city with an iron fist. He lived in a mansion bigger than a castle, filled with gold, guns, and ghosts, the ghosts of everyone who had crossed him. His men feared him. His enemies died quietly. Tonight, a traitor had been found. Marco, one of Luca's oldest friends, had been stealing from him. Luca sat behind his desk, spinning a knife. Marco knelt before him, hands tied, face bruised. "Why?" Luca asked. His voice was calm. That was the scariest part. Marco swallowed. "I needed the money. I got into debt." Luca stopped spinning the knife. "You stole from me. You lied to me." He stood up slowly. "You know what happens to liars." Marco's breath came fast. "Luca, please." The knife flashed. A scream tore through the room. Then silence. Luca wiped the blade clean. "Clean this up," he told his men. The next morning, Luca sat by the pool, drinking coffee. The sun was bright. The birds sang. Like nothing had happened. His right-hand man, Rico, approached. "Boss, we have a problem." Luca didn't look up. "What?" "The Albanians. They're moving in on our territory." Luca sipped his coffee. "Kill them all." Rico hesitated. "There's a lot of them." Luca finally looked at him. His dark eyes were empty. "Then start shooting." That night, the streets ran red. Luca's men attacked the Albanians with no mercy. Bullets flew. Bodies dropped. Luca watched from his car, smoking a cigarette. He didn't flinch at the screams. When it was over, Rico returned, covered in blood. "Done." Luca nodded. "Good." But the next day, something strange happened. Luca woke up to a note on his pillow. In blood, it read, "You're next." His heart pounded. No one could get into his room. No one dared. He called his guards. "Who left this?" They looked confused. "No one came in, boss." Luca's hands shook. For the first time in years, he was scared. That night, he heard whispers in the halls. Footsteps where no one walked. He grabbed his gun and searched the mansion. Nothing. Then, in the mirror, he saw her. A woman in white, her throat slit, her eyes black. He spun around, no one there. But the mirror still showed her. She smiled. Luca shot the mirror. It shattered. Silence. Then laughter, from every room at once. The next morning, Rico found Luca pale and sweating. "Boss, you okay?" Luca's voice was a whisper. "This place is haunted." Rico frowned. "By who?" Luca didn't answer. He knew. His mother. She had warned him years ago, "The mafia life will destroy you." He had laughed. Then he had her killed for standing in his way. Now she was back. That night, the lights flickered. The air turned ice cold. Luca sat in his room, gun in hand. Then the door creaked open. No one there. A whisper in his ear, "My son, you should have listened." He turned, and screamed. The next morning, Luca was gone. His men searched everywhere. They found only two things. His gun, still warm. And a crown, made of blood. The end.